disturbing display this afternoon as California U.S. Senator Alex Padilla is pushed to the ground and handcuffed. This happened as he tried to ask a question during a Homeland Security briefing.
Yeah, he interrupted that briefing and things devolved from there. KRON 4's Dan Kerman has more. He's live in the newsroom. Good evening, Dan.
Good evening. Homeland Security Chief Kristi Noem was giving a briefing on ICE arrests when Padilla, who was in the federal building in Los Angeles, entered that conference room and began asking questions. That's what led to this confrontation you will see. You're looking at a sitting U.S. Senator being pushed to the ground and handcuffed by federal officers. It happened to California Senator Alex Padilla Thursday afternoon after he began asking Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem a question during a news conference at the L.A. Federal Building.
I want to say thank you to every single person.
Sir, hands up, hands up. I'm Senator Alex Padilla. I have questions for the secretary because the fact of the matter is a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your hands off.
Despite identifying himself, Padilla was then forced out of the room, pushed to the ground, and handcuffed.
If this is how the Department of Homeland Security responds to a senator with a question, you can only imagine what they're doing to farm workers, to cooks, to day laborers out in the Los Angeles community and throughout California and throughout the country.
Padilla made those statements after being released by federal officers, and his Democratic colleagues were quick to come to his defense.
This is unacceptable, it's un-American, it's immoral, and the American people need to speak up and make sure that these guys know we're not going to put up with this.
We are now so far into this descent into dictatorship that we are hoping, and we're going to do our best to make sure that incidents like this kind of bring it home to the American people, help them understand this dark path that we're on.
But the Department of Homeland Security says Senator Padilla chose disrespectful political theater and interrupted a live press conference without identifying himself or having his Senate security pin on as he lunged toward Secretary Noem. Mr. Padilla was told repeatedly to back away and did not comply with officers' repeated commands. Secret Service thought he was an attacker, and officers acted appropriately.
A sitting member of Congress should not act like that. It is beneath a member of Congress. It is beneath a U.S. Senator. They're supposed to lead by example, and that is not a good example.
And similar reaction from Republicans in Congress.
If you're attacking the Secretary of Homeland, being aggressive, and you're fighting with police officers, yeah, you're going to get arrested.
This partisan split on how Senator Padilla was treated has his fellow California senator worried about the future of the nation's democracy.
This is how you lose a democracy. Actions like today, but even more importantly than what has just happened is what will happen in the next 24 hours. Will this be roundly condemned?
Later in the day, Noem told a Los Angeles television station she had a great conversation with Padilla after the incident. Padilla has not confirmed whether that conversation actually happened or whether it was great. Live in the newsroom, Dan Kerman, KRON 4 News.